Chris at the Boondocks Homestead, and this morning we are going to make apple cider vinegar. We're actually going to make it this time. I'm going to show you how to make it, how I made it last time. I just peeled all kinds of apples. It's better to go probably organic, but I couldn't this time and I needed some stuff done. And so what I do, I give it a vinegar and water bath. That's what I do with my stuff that I get from the store. Don't hesitate to make it or be afraid to make it if you don't have access to organic apples. Okay, it can still be done, and I'm going to show you today how I did that. Now I already put my apples in there and in the vinegar water, and here's my scraps. Here's my apples for my apple butter, and here's my scraps for my apple cider vinegar. Okay, so you're going to get you a 2-quart jar, and I have a funnel here, and I'm going to start putting these scraps in here. And you're going to fill this jar about 3/4 of the way full. You're going to fill it about 3/4 of the way full. And this is just your peelings, your cores, your seeds, your stems, all this stuff. And we're going to go about 3/4 of the way. You can get something. I already made one this morning, and I have enough to do probably 3 of them again. And you just poke that down there till you get it a little fuller. So we're getting about 3/4 of the way. We'll put a couple more in. I don't think I'll have enough to do another jar. So let's go ahead and put some more of this in. All right. We're about there. Then you're going to take, and I normally use my brown organic sugar. I'm out. So here we're using white. So we're using store-bought apples, white sugar, but it's going to work. Okay, it's going to work. I would just would rather use organic, but like I said, it doesn't always work that way. So we're going to pour this sugar on top, 1/2 cup of sugar. I'll just leave that on there. Now here's the kicker with the water. You can't use chlorinated water. Do not use chlorinated water, okay? And don't, no tap water. I use well water. If you don't have well water, use bottled water. Use distilled water. Use water that has no chlorination in it, okay? No chlorine. And then we're going to fill this up to about the neck of the jar. About like that. You want to leave a little bit of room. Okay? When it starts bubbling and fermenting, you want to have some room in there, okay? And then I just take this and kind of distribute that sugar a little bit. But like starting tomorrow morning, okay, set your alarm, whatever you got to do. You're going to stir it. You're going to take your lid off. You're going to stir this up like this, okay, with whatever, a knife, a spoon, whatever you got. I'm using a knife because it's long. And you're just going to stir that around, okay? Then you're going to put your lid back on. Now, tea towel. Flour sack towel. I cut it in half. I cut them. I have a lot of these little squares because I put it over my milk in the refrigerator. I use my flour sack towels for everything. I told you guys that. And then I put it over this. Put my rubber band around it. Okay? Because you want to keep all the little gnats and fruit flies and different things. You got to keep that out of your stuff. But it's still got to get some air. Okay? And it's going to get air through this. So that's what I use. You could use a paper towel or something as long as you don't get it wet, you know. And there's my other jar. Okay, I don't have enough scraps, so I'll probably just throw these out to the chickens to do 3 jars. But I did 2 jars this morning out of that bowl. And then, like I said, in 2 weeks, you can stop stirring it. That's where I'm at this stage. I'm like 3 or 4 weeks on this stage. And then you're just going to let it sit. Put it in a dark, cool place. And just let it sit and do its thing, okay? So I hope this helped you. I hope you'll try it. And I hope that just because you don't have access to organic, I mean, that's typically what we want to use, okay? And that's typically what I try to use. But when I need to get some apple butter going or I need to get some of this going, I don't let that hinder me that I don't have access to those organic things, okay? Look, we breathe the air, and there's not good things in the air that we breathe either, right? So, I mean, you just have to do what you have to do to get by, and that's what I'm doing. So, here we go. I wished I could have said these are all organic and my sugar's all organic, and because sometimes it is, but today it's not. And so don't let that bother you, you know, and don't go out and spend $30 on a bag of apples just because they say organic. Just make you some apple cider vinegar. Put your apples in the vinegar water to get that stuff off of them, okay? And you can use the brown sugar, the pure cane sugar, okay, instead of the regular sugar. But like I said, I'm out, and I live 10 miles out of town, and I'm not going to town just to buy. No, I'm just going to use this white sugar. They did it back in the day. I'm doing it now. It's going to be okay, okay? So, Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next video. And we are going to make that fire cider when I get everything ready for it, okay? So turmeric's pretty easy to come by, but my horseradish root, that's not so easy to come by. So I planted some. I ordered it and I planted it this year, and it's huge in my garden. I have it in a container because it will take over if you don't. And I'm going to harvest that when it's ready, and I'm going to use my fresh horseradish in that, my root, and then I'll get some turmeric, and then I'll have my apple cider vinegar, my other ready, hopefully by then. And we'll get back here and we'll do some fire cider and health benefits. Look it up, research it. It's good stuff. So, hey, I'll catch you on the next video if the Lord wills. You all have a blessed day, and we'll see you later.